Welcome to the long-range forecast for you as an Aries, taking you through to the end of August 2017. This month of August sees an exciting and rare total solar eclipse make landfall on the US mainland. And as it arrives, it loosely forms a wonderfully supportive grand trine with retrograde Saturn and Uranus. And with Venus moving opposite Pluto in T-square with Jupiter, itself the focus of several triangles formed as Saturn trines with the Sun and Mars, even Mercury turning retrograde will find it hard to spoil this celestial party. Now here is a forecast that Jonathan recorded that will help guide you through these events.
This, as you know, I'm sure already, is a very historic period in the history of humanity. It's a very historic period in the history of astrology. It's a very crucial time in the lives of many people all over this planet. And by thunder, it's a crucial time in your life, as you don't really need me to explain. There are many things going on at the moment. There are many issues being raised. There are many powerful experiences that you're having. And there's a feeling that something is changing. And what you're not sure is whether it's changing for the better or whether it's changing for the worse. All you know is that it's powerful and that it's undeniable and that it appears to be unstoppable. So let's see if we can really understand what is going on, what kind of an impact the sky is having on you, and why you have every reason in the world to be very optimistic and excited about what is happening in your world. If we take a look at the astrological picture, we see a battle which is being fought long and hard by you against something which has held you back all your life. Some force, some entity, some difficulty, some fear, something which has always led you to believe that you could get so far and no further, and has convinced you up until this point in your life that you would never get around it. And it's now as if something inside you is saying, well, I'm just not willing to be bound by that. I've got to try something. I've got to do something. And you're willing, this is what the eclipse is telling us, to take some kind of a risk. There's nothing wrong with that willingness. There's nothing wrong with the risk that you're contemplating taking. But there is something that you need to understand. Because you're practical, because we all have to be practical when we're dealing with our difficulties in life, you have come to terms with the factor which you've never been able to get over in the past. And so you have found a way to live with it. And you've also found a way to take your pleasure, to find your satisfaction, to seek your compensation in other areas of life. And you have become rather adept at this. You have set out on adventures which you could have. You have reached the goals that you could reach. You have said to yourself, well, never mind that this isn't possible. At least I can do this, at least I can do that. And in the process, you've had some significant accomplishments. And the risk, which is now rising up, involves saying maybe some of those accomplishments have to be put to one side so that I can put all my energy into this new attempt to see just how far my potential really does reach, to see just how much I really could be capable of, to see just how many of the difficulties which dog me I can now set myself free from. And that is a tremendous challenge, which is why you feel so challenged, which is why so much of your life seems to be so tense. This is no easy task that you've set yourself. This is no simple situation that you find yourself in. Or rather, it is simple, it just seems very complicated. Just focus now on what it is that your heart is telling you, what it is that your environment is making very clear to you. Look at the opportunity which is arising and say to yourself, do I want to take this or do I want to turn it down? Only you can answer that question. But it's a question which will remain hot, relevant, vibrant, crucial all through August until a decision is reached. That decision will be wholehearted. It cannot be anything other than wholehearted. And it will lead, one way or another, to a great and lasting sense of freedom.